house and a big corporate house, so that low-level people can earn from a higher news house. So the news house is always expecting a news from a low-level information layer. So the lower layer will be earning money, and a bigger house, a news house, will be broadcasting a news, and they will publishing, and they will be earning too. So this is a win-win model. So
do you have any moderation or filtering at the news agency level? Like if all these photos supposed to be reviewed by the agency, or is all the information, so if there's 1 million people around Nepal that are sending this information to MyRepublica, who's going to be sitting at MyRepublica moderating and filtering all that content?
Yeah, actually, let me show you one draft model that we have prepared during the hackathon. So can you help me to hold this one? So basically, this is the logic, how we are trying to prepare a different strategy of the people. So there are 3 different layers. So first layer is a basic user who has a mobile device who can use it. So second layer is a validation layer, so who will validate all the news, and they will send that news to a news house. And finally, the news house will broadcast all the news, and they will pay back to this layer, and this layer will be paying back to this layer. In this model, so this layer, and this layer, everyone in a win-win situation. So this is our concept for NewsIT. Just NewsIT.
Got it. Do you have any more questions?
I've got another one.
Okay. One has one.
So, what is the mode? I mean, obviously, people are newsitting right now on Twitter and on blogs, right? And so, is it just the money? I mean, are people going to actually move over to something like this, do you think, just to get paid a few cents, or?
So actually, let me give you the example in the context of Nepal. So if you will see a population figure, so it is around 3.6 million around, right? So only 1.4 million is they have access to the internet. So that is only 1.6%. So remaining people, they cannot tweet, they cannot do a Facebook. So through this framework, what we can do, we can use it. A media house, a news house can broadcast throughout the global, throughout the country. So every individual who don't have a connectivity to the internet, they can access the news and the information. So this is the basic concept of this project.
How does the person who wants to, the micro worker, send the news?
So we have a device, we have developed an app. So we have an app in which we will register any individual. So it can be a grass level people, or it can be a reporter, a journalist, anyone can be a part of that app. So they will simply take a picture, they can post a news, so that news will go to a validation layer. So there will be thousands of people or hundreds of people. So there will be expert layer, so there will be lower level people who will be validating and filtering the spams and all the things. So after that, they will sending all those validated informations to the news house. So there is 3 different layers, so that one spam cannot directly go to a news house.
On the commercial model,
yes.
So if there are, for example, 1,000 micro workers,
okay.
So each one of them send a piece.
Yes.
So it requires a wireless network and all. So we assume that that is available.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe in remote that is not. So that would be a challenge. So if they send out, then the newspaper or whatever you said will only publish, say, 10 out of the 1,000.
Okay.
So 990 are not going to be paid.
So actually the thing is, like, they are paying every day, not on a one time per month, right? So every day they are paying, and not only a single news house. So there are around 50 news house, so there are around 50 FMs. So there are other media house, they will be paying as a monthly level or in an annual level. So that is why we can pay back to the different layers of micro workers. So how we can going to generate a revenue for the micro workers is like, that depends upon the relevancy of the news. How they filter out the news, how they do the survey of the news. Based on that, the corporate house, the news house will pay back to the different layers.
I have to interrupt you. I'm very sorry. Let's take this offline. Judges will be here after the